From the wildly popular F-22 Raptor, all the way to a super-secret fighter jet that's ultra-powerful, here are 10 of the most dangerous fighter jets in the world. Number 10. The F-22 Raptor. The F-22 Raptor from Lockheed Martin is one of the most advanced and dangerous fighter jets in the entire world. The main role of this jet is to be used as an air superiority fighter, but it can perform all kinds of other important functions as well, including ground attacks, signal intelligence, and electronic warfare. The F-22 Raptor is also one of the most expensive fighter jets ever produced. It's estimated that each unit comes with a price tag of somewhere around $150 million. The jet comes from the United States, and many people consider it to be the best fighter jet ever produced. But it's not invincible. The war games that were conducted by NATO in 2009 revealed that the F-22 Raptor could easily be defeated by the older, less technologically advanced DASSAULT RAFALE fighter jet. Still, the F-22 Raptor is definitely at the top of the list when it comes to dangerous jets. It first entered service and was used in combat in 2007, but it's still as formidable today as it was all those years ago. Number 9. F-16 Fighting Falcon. The F-16 Fighting Falcon is probably the most popular jet in the entire world. It's definitely the most famous. It's used by air forces all across the planet, from Turkey to Brazil. It was first used in combat back in 1981, and all these decades later, it's still just as dangerous as it was back then. It hasn't lost any of its power. Originally developed by General Dynamics in the 1970s, over the past 40 years, it has proved its worth in many combat situations as the primary fighter in plenty of air forces in plenty of countries. The F-16 was first developed purely to be an air superiority fighter. But since the 70s, more and more has been added to the F-16, and now it is a very capable multi-role fighter. Of course, most models being used now are not the original. The F-16 has been steadily improved throughout the years to get all the most recent upgrades. One of the most recent variants is the F-16V, which has all kinds of crazy enhancements that keep it up to date from modern soldiers and modern battlegrounds around the world. Number 8. The SUKHOI Su-35. The SUKHOI Su-35 is one of the newer jet fighters on the list. It's a multi-role fighter that first entered service in 2018, and yes, it has been designed by the Russians. They based it on the older Su-27 model, which is something of a legend in and of itself. The SUKHOI Su-35 is considered to be an extremely advanced and extremely deadly fourth-generation fighter. This beast is sleek, it's fast, and it's super maneuverable. It can also carry lots of different armaments. Its primary design is for air superiority, but of course, it can also be a very reliable ground attack vehicle. Currently, this is the most advanced fighter jet in Russia's military. The jet features impressive avionics and is considered to be the pinnacle of fourth-generation jet fighter design. However, people are skeptical that the Su-35 still can hold a candle to any of the capable fifth-generation stealth fighters from America, like the F-22 and F-35. However, Russia is likely developing a new and improved fifth-generation PAK-FA stealth fighter that could be a game-changer. But we won't know until it comes into production and we see it for ourselves. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe if you're new here. Number 7. The F-18 Hornet. The original F-18 Hornet was built in the 1970s. It was designed as a super versatile and robust jet fighter that could be at the top of its class. This jet has served the U.S. Armed Forces with incredible distinction across all areas of conflicts as a deterrent and a frontline defense. The F-18 Hornet actually began life as a complement to the F-15 Eagle, but over the years, many improvements have been done. It wasn't until around 1975 that the Hornet came in extremely useful for the Navy, who at the time needed larger and more robust aircrafts that were capable of carrier-based ops. And since then, the F-18 Hornet has transformed. According to Hot Cars, the improved F-18 is now known as the Super Hornet. It's bigger by 4 feet, it has 25% more wing area, and an added 30% fuel capacity. This allows for a 40% increase in flight times over the original version. Currently, the Hornet is being used by various air forces around the world, including the Royal Australian Air Force and the Spanish Air Force. It was used heavily in combat during the 1986 bombing of Libya, and the F-18 Hornet also played a large role in the 1991 Gulf War, and yet again in the 2003 Gulf War. Number 6. The Dassault Rafale. The Dassault Rafale is a formidable war machine brought to the world by France. It first entered service in 2001, and it saw its first combat action in 2002. Even though it's pretty old, it's still one of the best jet fighters ever made. It first went into use with the French Air Force and the French Navy, but since then, it's been exported to nations all over the world such as Egypt, India, and Qatar. This jet has also seen active combat in several different areas in Afghanistan and Syria. Since 2001, it has been constantly upgraded. It currently holds some of the most advanced avionics of any aircraft in the world. It's capable of tracking 40 targets at the same time and firing simultaneously at 4 of them. If that's not deadly, I don't know what is. This is the jet fighter that proved its ability to shoot down an F-22 Raptor during the 2009 War Games. This is such a robust craft that most people believe it will remain in service until at least 2030. Number 5. F-15 Eagle. The F-15 Eagle is an American classic. This is one of the most capable jets of all time, and it first entered service back in 1976. This is an impressive tactical fighter developed by McDonnell Douglas and has earned its place in aviation history. The Eagle is one of the most successful fighters even in modern war zones. The fighter has racked up over 100 victories in aerial combat with 0 losses. It's been widely exported all over the world to other air forces in places like Japan and Saudi Arabia. And not only is it super deadly, but it is the picture of what a jet fighter should look like. Don't forget about Starscream from the 1980s Transformers cartoon show. He was an F-15 Eagle. Of course, there have been some pretty wild improvements on the jet since the 1970s. One of the most recent upgraded variants is the F-15E Strike Eagle, and it is one of the most dangerous machines anywhere in the world. Every F-15 has superior maneuverability and unparalleled acceleration, according to military.com. The weapons and avionics are top of the line, while the Eagle boasts the ability to penetrate enemy defenses and can outperform any enemy aircraft very easily. The F-15 can detect and track using the newest electronic systems, with a flight control system that allows for a single person to fly safely while performing air-to-air combat. Number 4. Eurofighter Typhoon. The Eurofighter Typhoon is something of an anomaly. It was developed as a joint effort between a few different countries, making it extremely unique. It was the UK, Germany, Italy, and even Spain that all contributed to crafting this beautiful jet fighter. It's definitely one of the best multi-role fighters currently in service, but the fact that it took so many countries to build it is a little strange. In any case, the Eurofighter is so advanced that there is no human on Earth who can fly it without the help of a computer. And according to Fighter Jets World, this aircraft can eject the pilot at speeds of up to 600 knots. Just imagine how that would feel. As for fighting style, the Eurofighter is a very competent dogfighter with great agility. Even still, most people agree it's less effective than the latest F-22 Raptor. You'd think that when 4 countries work together to build the ultimate jet fighter, it would be the best. But it's very unlikely that the Eurofighter is the best. It's good, but it's definitely not the best. Rumor has it that the Eurofighter Typhoon will be replaced sometime in the 2030s with a new generation fighter or with the BAE Tempest. Number 3. F-35B Lightning II. The F-35B Lightning II is the only short takeoff and vertical landing airplane in the world that can accelerate to supersonic speeds. This incredible aircraft can reach a speed of Mach 1.6. It's basically one of the most incredible jet fighters in the world. The very first F-35B was used in combat in 2018, and it brings a whole lot of new technology into the traditional fighter jet. As a stealth jet, they can easily evade detection and operate in forbidden environments. The F-35B has the most advanced sensors of any fighter jet in history. The pilot can see everything happening in the battle space with perfect situational awareness, as if they were fighting from a video game screen. Everything is super high-tech and advanced. And of course, it's super deadly. It can carry internal weapons, and it holds external weapons. It's also more than just a fighter jet. The F-35B can serve as an intelligence vehicle, a reconnaissance asset, and it works in the air, on the ground, and at sea. Number 2. BAE Tempest. This might be an aircraft you haven't heard of yet. People are talking about the BAE Tempest as the future of combat air capability for the United Kingdom. This aircraft is being developed by BAE Systems as part of the UK Combat Air Strategy, which first launched in 2018 with the ambitious goal of creating a future in which the United Kingdom leads the world in aviation technology, with planes capable of staying far ahead of threats as they develop. The Tempest is going to be capable, flexible, and it's supposed to be widely affordable. We won't see this aircraft until the middle of the 2030s, but you can bet it's going to be extremely deadly. According to BAE Systems, significant progress is being made. Rumor has it that the Tempest will be able to fly unmanned, that it can use swarming technology, and that it will incorporate AI for deep learning. It's also going to possess energy weapons, an adaptive engine cycle, and a virtual cockpit that goes inside the pilot's helmet as a mounted display. Number 1. The 6th generation. Everyone knows that the 5th generation jet fighters from the United States are the best current fighters in the world. But what many people don't know is that the US Air Force has actually designed, built, and tested a new prototype fighter that will be part of the 6th generation of fighter jets. According to a report by Popular Mechanics from September 2020, the results are mind-blowing. The Air Force developed the new fighters under the Next Generation Air Dominance program, and they're going to probably replace the long-loved F-22 Raptor from Lockheed Martin. The only problem is that right now we don't know what this aircraft looks like, when it's going to be active, or what any of the stats are. All we know is that it's going to be futuristic and absolutely deadly. It could flip the tide of any upcoming battle in favor of whoever has the most of them. Just look at some of the concept art from Lockheed Martin, and you'll see that the 6th generation jet fighters are going to be the kings of the sky. Which one of these jets would you love to take a ride in? Which one do you think is best? As always, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and see you again soon for another fun video.